this film's documentary about chickens. In film we have been learning about caged chickens. We are here to give you some facts about caged chickens. There are many different chickens in the world. Did you know that in the UK there are many caged chickens? Some people agree that keeping caged chickens is a good thing, but other people don't. I think caged chickens is a good thing because they make more eggs and more money. I think keeping caged chickens is a bad idea because they won't be able to spread their wings and they'll catch you. We'll now show you different ideas from different groups. We hope you enjoy it. Now we're going to tell you some fun facts about where chickens come from. I am going to tell you how chickens travel to be cooked in your ovens at home. First, from farms they go to huge factories. Last of all, from huge factories they go to the butcher's shop to get killed. Some chickens come from India and East Asia. All of the dead chickens go to restaurants and supermarkets to be sold. Such as Asda, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Morrison, Pizza Hut and Chicken and Chips. In restaurants they sell chicken to their customers. In the Coke they sell a whole chicken breast, chicken soup and chicken nuggets. One day our amazing school chefs came to our class and taught us how to cut a whole chicken.
So important that you have the respect and understand where your food comes from.
Exactly. Right, so first thing,
Bye-bye.
got to come off.
Okay, legs off. Okay, so now you have to, this is called chicken for sauté cut.
First they have to cut the legs, wings and breasts.
You're going to break it down, you're going to have the legs, take off the breast meat and the wings off as well. Okay, so that's its entire leg.
Is that meat?
So this is the lower part and this is the thigh meat. So this is this part of the chicken's leg. So that's the thigh and that's what's called the drumsticks.
Then they cut the chicken strips. Then we went down to our school kitchen to make our mini chicken strips. Then we dip the chicken strips into flours, eggs and breadcrumbs. After a while, we put them in the oven to get cooked. When they were done, they were yummy, yum, yum. We should feed chickens.
I think definitely not. We should not cage chickens. We do have the option to eat them, but if we are going to eat them, I think we need to give them the most happiest life they deserve. So no, definitely not.
I agree. I think the reason we cage chickens is to make them cheap, because everyone wants to eat them, so we should all just eat less chicken, and then we wouldn't have to cage them.
How do you cook a chicken?
There's many ways to cook the chicken. Like I said, on a Sunday you have a roast chicken, don't you? You have the whole chicken. So you'll put that in the oven all as one whole bird. Or, like when you have chicken pieces, you can fry those, or when you're making chicken soup, you can cook the chicken meat straight into the water. So you can fry it, you can boil it, or you can bake it. Many ways to cook chicken. I like roast chicken.
How would you think it was a chicken?
Depends where I was living. If I was a chicken in a caged battery farm, I'd probably be pretty sad. If I was a chicken in the Charlton Manor garden, I'd probably be pretty happy. They get lots of lovely food, and the kids play with them, and they get to roam about and peck the ground and all that. So yeah, that's how I would feel.
How do they lay eggs?
I'm not sure exactly, but I think they squat down on the floor and then down here, and then they squeeze it out and it comes out underneath.
Yeah, so like everything, nature will tell the chicken when to lay the egg. It's like, you know, when you're hungry, your tummy will tell you when you're hungry, but so the chicken knows when it's time to lay the egg. They will find somewhere comfortable and lay their egg, yeah, keep it warm and protected.
How many eggs do they lay in a day?
It depends on various things. It depends on the type of chicken. Some chickens naturally lay more eggs than others. It also depends on the time of year. I think in colder times, like in the winter, they lay less eggs, and when it's warmer, they lay more. So I don't know exactly, but it might be one every couple of days, up to 2 or 3 a day.
Do you think we should eat chickens?
I think, like I said, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I think there's no one rule for anyone or anything. Everyone has to make up their mind for themselves, because it is an important decision. Do you kill an animal to keep yourself alive, or do you become a vegetarian? Like I said, people survive as vegetarians, so I think it's up to the individual person. There's no right or wrong. We had thousands of years ago as cavemen and hunter-gatherers, we did eat a lot of meat, but now we know that we don't need meat to survive every day. I think, like Chef said, we should eat a lot less meat, treat ourselves once in a while, but I think it's okay as long as the chicken has not been in a cage, it's led a happy, healthy life, and you've cared for it as much as you can. But with the circle of life and the food chain, there's time for us to eat as well. But it's up to every person to make that decision for themselves.
Hello, Mrs. Shelley. Can we ask you some questions about the chickens, please?
Of course you can.
How do the chickens sleep?
How do the chickens sleep? Well, they sleep in the coop at night. So during the day, they all come out and they scratch around for food. And then when it starts getting dark, they all go in together and they perch on branches that are in their coop. So they spend their time all perched on branches. They huddle up together to keep warm. Although it's not so bad in the summertime, but during the winter they have to huddle up together and their feathers keep them warm, and they fall asleep on the perches. So they're balancing on perches all the time while they're asleep.
When do they lay eggs?
Well, chickens lay eggs, as I said earlier. It takes them 24 hours to lay an egg, so depending on when they last laid the egg, 24 hours later, or roughly, they will lay the next one. So some chickens will lay them in the mornings, some will lay them during the day, sometimes they'll lay them in the evenings.
Who cleans the chickens out?
Right, I generally clean the chickens out. Sometimes if there's children around, then they can come and help me. Certainly in some of the after-school clubs, we let the chickens out. And while the chickens are out in the garden, that's the best time to clean them out, because they're not in the way and they're not clucking around your feet, and you don't end up tripping over them. So I usually clean them out once a week, and I usually give them food and water every day.
How many feathers do a chicken have?
No, that's a really good question. How many feathers does a chicken have? They have lots. and I think they probably have thousands. Okay, because when you think there's feathers all down their wings, there's feathers all over their head, and in fact all their feathers on their head are really tiny feathers, but there's hundreds of them. And they've got feathers all down their legs, and then they've got the big tail feathers, so I reckon they've got thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, but I'll have to look it up.
Are the chickens happy?
The chickens, yeah, they're very happy. They've got plenty of space in their pen, and they get let out every day. They get fed and watered every day. They get cleaned out once a week, and they get looked after. They have all the children coming up and looking at them every day, feeding them extra tidbits as well. So they spend a lot of time enjoying themselves, and you can tell with a chicken whether it's happy because by two things. One is if it's laying eggs, so they all lay eggs. And if a chicken wasn't happy, then it wouldn't lay eggs. And also, the comb on the top of its head, you know, the red bit on the top of its head, if that's a nice, good colour, like a very dark red, it's a bit like a dog's nose. When a dog's nose is wet, it means it's healthy. The same with a chicken. If their comb on the top of their head is large and it's nice and red, deep colour, and it's standing upright, then it shows that the chicken is healthy and happy. If it was to start flopping down and drooping and going light colour, then you'd know that there was something wrong with the chicken. So we can tell all our chickens are happy because all their combs are nice dark red. Okay?
Thank you for answering our questions. They have been very helpful. Thank you.
Right.
Hello and welcome to our group interview. Nice to meet you. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine, thank you. How much eggs do you lay in a week? We lay 15 eggs in a week. What do you like the most about your cage? I like my cage a lot because I've got many friends and they like to look after me. Thank you for this lovely audience. Now is the day of the miserable life of a caged chickens. It's 5:30. House meeting! I think we should not have made this caged chickens because we're not happy. But why should we try to escape? Because we're all done. Ginger fight, we're all done. Okay then, let's escape. Escape? We have to escape or we'll be in a pie. Don't get irritated and it's too annoying. I'm hungry, I want to find some chickpeas. I'm hungry too, come on. Wait for me. We have to escape or the farmers will kill us. Oh, it's written there. Oh, come on. Let's escape and stop the arguments. Oh, that's right. Stop the arguments. Back in my olden days. Oh, stop it. Oh, let's just sleep. Now it's time for a fun fact. Did you know there are 500 chickens in a factory farm? Did you know they got 100 eggs a week? Did you know it's more likely for a chicken to get hurt in a factory farm? Did you know there's scratching in a factory farm? Did you know chickens are related to T-Rex? Did you know they get a coat on their head? Did you know chickens can fly for about 12 seconds but not very high? Did you know chickens can eat almost anything like worms, potatoes, salad? Thank you for watching our fun fact!